Riyadus Saliheen. Chapter 305, Prohibition of Drawing Portraits. Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with them, said, the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him said, those who draw pictures will be punished on the day of resurrection, and it will be said to them, breathe soul into what you have created. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Commentary: we learn from this hadith that drawing pictures of humans, animals, and all those things that have a soul in them is a great sin and is liable to heavy punishment. However, one will not be taken to task for such pictures which are made compulsory by the government, i.e., identity cards, passports, domicile certificates etc., because one cannot exercise his own will in such matters, but this exemption is subject to the condition that he does not exceed the compulsory requirement. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him visited me after returning from a journey, and I had a shelf with a thin cloth curtain hanging over it and on which there were portraits. When he saw it, the color of his face changed, because of anger, and he said, O Aisha! The most grievous torment from Allah on the day of resurrection will be for those who imitate Allah in the act of His creation. Aisha said, we tore it into pieces and made a cushion or two cushions out of that. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Commentary: this hadith has already appeared earlier. Hadith number 650. We learn from it that the act of drawing pictures of humans, animals, and things that have a soul in them, or photography and hanging of pictures of such things, for display or decoration in homes is a great sin. It is, however, permissible that sheets bearing such pictures are cut into pieces for making such things, which are not sacred, and people go on trampling them, as was done by Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, that she made pillow covers of these pieces. Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them, said, I heard the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him saying, every painter will go to hell, and for every portrait he has made, there will be appointed one who will chastise him in the hell. Ibn Abbas said, if you have to do it, draw pictures of trees and other inanimate things. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Commentary: a painter will be punished for his paintings according to the number of his products. The greater the number of paintings he has produced, the more would be the punishment. Thus, there is a great warning for those who make films and photographs on marriages and functions, because they make photographs of hundreds or thousands of persons at a time. If, in spite of knowing that this act is unlawful in Sharia, they do it on account of slackness on their part, they shall have to suffer heavy punishment for it in hell. If they think that it is permissible in Islam, while it is forbidden, they would be regarded infidels and abide in hell. It is absolutely wrong to think that this prohibition applies only to the painters or sculptors, and that photographs taken by a camera is not a picture but a mere reflection, and, therefore, one is exempted from their prohibition. Whether a picture is made by hand or camera or video, it is a picture and its maker is warned with hell. May Allah save us from it. However, pictures of natural scenery which are lifeless are permissible. Ibn Abbas, may Allah be pleased with them, said, I heard the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him saying, whosoever makes a picture, will be punished on the day of resurrection, and will be asked to infuse soul therein, which he will not be able to do. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Commentary: one who makes a picture by any means, will be ordered to put life into it. This order will be in the nature of reproach and reproof, because none can do it. Obviously one will not be able to do it and will thus be awarded stern punishment. Ibn Masud, may Allah be pleased with him, said, I heard the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him saying, those who will receive the most severe punishment from Allah on the day of resurrection will be painters of living objects. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Abu Huraira, may Allah be pleased with him, said, the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him said, the Almighty Allah said, who is more an oppressor than him who goes to create like my creation? Let him make an ant or a grain of corn or a grain of barley. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Commentary: this hadith has a stern warning for photographers and video makers who try to imitate the creative attribute of Allah. Abu Talha, may Allah be pleased with him, said, the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him said, the angels do not enter a house in which there is a dog or a portrait. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslim. Commentary: angels here means angels of mercy whose visit is a blessing for homes, because the angels who supervise us and record our deeds are with us all the time. Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with them, said, Gabriel, promised to visit the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him but delayed, and this grieved him very much. When he came out of his house, Jibril met him. The Messenger of Allah peace be upon him asked him about the reason of delay, and he replied, we do not enter a house in which there is a dog or a portrait. Reported in Sahih al-Bukhari. Aisha, may Allah be pleased with her, said, Gabriel, peace be upon him made a promise with the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him to come at a definite hour, that hour came but he did not visit him. There was a staff in the hand of the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him. He threw it from his hand and said, never does Allah back out of his promise, nor do his messengers. Then he noticed a puppy under his bed and said, O Aisha, when did this dog enter? She said, by Allah, I don't know. He then commanded that it should be turned out. No sooner than had they expelled it, Jibril came and the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him said to him, you promised to visit me. I waited for you but you did not come. Whereupon he said, the dog kept me from coming. We do not enter a house in which there is a dog or a picture. Reported in Sahih Muslim. Commentary: this hadith has an elaboration of the preceding hadith, and tells us that a puppy had entered the house of the Prophet peace be upon him and he did not know about it. The presence of the puppy in the house obstructed the visit of Gabriel. It is a pity that now many Muslims keep dogs in their houses in imitation of the Europeans, and also display in their showcases photographs of animals, or their own family members, or pictures of their deceased parents, or their mentor, or some saint for the sake of blessing, little knowing that such pictures deprive one of the blessings of Allah rather than bestowing it upon them. Abul Hujjan bin Husayn said, Ali bin Abu Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, said to me, shall I not send you to do a task that the Messenger of Allah peace be upon him had assigned to me? Spare no portrait unwiped out, and leave not a high grave unleveled. Reported in Sahih Muslim. Commentary: drawing pictures and raising graves over the height of a span are forbidden, and their removal is the responsibility of Muslim rulers. An Islamic state neither allows pictures, nor does it permit permanent structures over graves, nor graves over a span's height. Leave not a high grave unleveled does not mean leveling them to the ground. What it really means is that these should be reduced to the permissible height.